where I'm allowing that part of me that has been shut down for a while, just being in the mom role and all the other things that we're doing now. But my personal life has changed a lot.
There has been a lot of speculation about Little People. As expected, people have been in the business of talking for and against the former owners of the show, especially because they're divorced. And we know how juicy these stories are to the media. The only difference is that this news brings people to tears, like Amy and her loyal fans. So the question remains, what may have happened with Little People that got people so emotional? Hang on, because the answers are coming your way as we explore the life of Amy, the show, and the reason she left her fans in tears. The quiet days before Little People. Many people know her as Amy Roloff from the popular show named Little People, Big World. But her inspiring story starts decades before she thought about the camera rolling for the show. She came into the world as Amy Jo Knight on the 17th of September, 1962, blessed with two loving parents, Gordon Knight, a very hard-working employee of Ford, and Patricia Knight, her loving mother, who sadly passed away in 2019. Right from the time she was a kid, family has been a major part of Amy's life. She wasn't an only child, and she grew up with three siblings, Cindy, who unfortunately passed in 2015, Catherine, and Roger. However, Amy's life had a unique twist right from the beginning, as she was born with a hereditary condition called achondroplasia, which affects the growth and development of bones, eventually leading to dwarfism. In spite of that condition, she didn't stop being resilient, hardworking, and bent on achieving her goals. If anything, it made her the strong, determined woman she would become. She grew up in Livonia, Michigan, and later became a proud graduate of the legendary Franklin High School. But she didn't stop there. She also went on to Central Michigan University, where she earned a business degree. It turns out, she wasn't just destined for reality TV, she had a sharp mind for entrepreneurship too. And it looked like she would succeed in whatever she wanted to do because she had a positive mindset towards learning and life generally. From her early days in Michigan to her rise as a motivational speaker, TV personality, and author, her journey has been nothing short of amazing. And sincerely, her journey, which has been anything but ordinary, makes it inspiring. Before we go into full details about the emotional part of Amy's life, how about we get into her show and how it came about? Let's get into it quickly, because we have a lot of unraveling to do. Behind the scenes of Little People, Big World. Amy Roloff and her family stepped into the spotlight in 2006 when Little People, Big World first hit TV screens, giving audiences a heartfelt and sometimes drama-filled glimpse into their lives. But that was just the beginning, as she quickly rose to become a fan favorite, getting a lot of invites to some of the biggest shows. For more than 15 seasons, Little People, Big World has given viewers an intimate look at her family's unique life on their 34-acre Roloff farms located close to Portland, Oregon. The dramatic but heartwarming series is all about Amy and her family members, but it particularly centers on the parents, Matt and Amy, alongside their son Zach, all of whom have dwarfism, and how they try to navigate the everyday challenges and triumphs of family, business, relationships, and whatever life throws at them. This show offers a rare window into how this very close family balances the ordinary demands of running a busy household and pumpkin farm business with the extraordinary circumstances of being so popular while having dwarfism. What makes the series truly unique is how it goes beyond the reality TV format to showcase universal family dynamics through the lens of their unique experiences. Whether they're trying to harvest pumpkins for their famous seasonal festival or working through their personal struggles, the Roloffs' special approach to sharing the stories of their lives has created one of the most loved and authentic family series. Also, the farm eventually becomes almost like another character in the show. its rolling hills and rustic charm providing the perfect backdrop for their remarkable story. Through the success of this show, she had chatted with the ladies of The View, joked with Jay Leno, and even sat down with the incredible Oprah herself. She has been invited to morning shows like Good Morning America and fun, food-filled competitions like Celebrity Chopped, proving that she not only has good storytelling skills, but she also has wit, charm, and incredible kitchen skills. And let's not forget her appearance on The Rachel Ray Show, where she gives out life advice through her experience and maybe a few recipes to help the food freaks. Everything she did, from freely sharing her family's story to taking on new challenges and doing new things, her TV journey points out that she is far more than just a reality star. She is a versatile, inspiring, and exemplary personality who keeps people coming back for more. She didn't stop at being a TV personality. She also took her talents to the bookshelf. She is a hell of a talent, isn't she? When the show was still bubbling in 2012, she found joy in sharing her love of cooking with Short and Simple Family Recipes, which is a cozy cookbook packed with 75 of her original family favorites, published by West Winds Press. And let's be real, who doesn't want to try the Roloff family's go-to dishes? If she did well in her shows, she would also do well in cooking. And she really did well. That's not all, though. She also put her life story on paper with her autobiography titled A Little Me, giving people an inside look at her journey, including her challenges and achievements. That is not all. If you're looking for some life hacks or experimental life lessons, her book titled Little People, Big Values gives wisdom with the same warmth and honesty fans love her for. Now, we're about to get there. Let's go into the juicy details of her personal life. Let's see the reasons for her divorce and how she met her new love of her life. Amy's love story with a surprising twist. Amy not only has an interesting career and achievements. Just like other celebrities and influencers, her personal life qualifies for a Netflix script. Her life took a romantic turn back in 1987 when she attended a Little People of America convention. It was at that convention that she had met her future husband, Matt Roloff. Their chemistry was instant, more like love at first sight, and some months later, on the 12th of September 1987, she said, "I do" to him, and they made it official. The couple went on to welcome 4 children, fraternal twins named Jeremy and Zachary in 1990, with Zachary sharing his parents' dwarfism, followed by Molly in 1993 and Jacob in 1997. The happy couple established their now famous 100-acre Roloff Farms near Helvetia, Oregon, which became both their family home and a thriving seasonal business. By October every year, the farm transformed into a festive pumpkin patch and family attraction. They also launched Roloff Farms Salsa, featuring their signature pumpkin salsa recipe. After 27 years of a focused marriage, cracks started showing slowly. The couple first hinted at the troubles they had in their marriages in March 2014, before officially announcing their divorce in June 2015. They finalized their separation in May 2016, with Matt buying her share of their farm while she moved to a new home nearby. This transition was not without its difficulties, including a 2009 lawsuit from a farm visitor settled out of court in 2013, but both remained committed to co-parenting and their shared business ventures. In her revealing new memoir, she pulls back the curtain about the painful collapse of her 27-year-old marriage to Matt Roloff, and the time she found out another woman might have been in the picture long before their divorce became public. In an interview, she reminisced about how she noticed subtle but unsettling changes in Matt's behavior during their final years together. According to her, Matt was spending more and more time at a bar or tavern he often visited frequently in the evenings after working on the farm. And our farm manager, Karin Chandler, seemed to be around more and more often as well. What, if anything, was going on? Amy acknowledged that these signs slowly became impossible to ignore. It dawned on her that Matt and their farm manager at that time seemed to have more than just a working friendship or a platonic relationship. She started discovering intimate messages, pictures, and other exchanges that crossed professional boundaries, especially for a married man. She also admitted how devastated she was when her thoughts finally came true. When she looked back, Amy acknowledged she was silent about the issue initially, still fighting with shock and humiliation. "I know I should have said something right away, but I didn't. I was scared and ashamed anything remotely like this could be happening. Was Matt really interested in someone else right in front of me? Why would he even go there when we were still married?" Karen, who had been a longtime employee at Roloff Farms before becoming Matt's girlfriend, did not come out to acknowledge or deny Amy's claims. In fact, Matt did not respond to people's request for a comment on the allegations. The revelation added new layers to the Roloff's public separation, which began with divorce talks in 2014 and finalized in 2016. Although Amy has found happiness with her now husband Chris Marek, her memoir makes it clear. Some wounds really take time to heal, and this wound was one of them. This story of their separation and the reasons they had to let each other go has sparked a lot of fierce debate among LPBW viewers, with many of them expressing sympathy for Amy. One fan tweeted, "To suspect betrayal in your own home, with someone you trusted around your family, that's a special kind of pain." Other people, however, did not take sides, stating that Matt has never publicly denied or acknowledged the claims. Later, Amy didn't hold back her emotions in a Facebook Live conversation with friend Lisa Dixon, where she recounted the painful and hurtful end of her marriage to Matt Roloff and the role Karen Chandler, his new girlfriend, played in their split. With all honesty, she reflected on the problems in their marriage, and the moment she noticed that there was something deeper than friendship between Matt and their longtime farm manager. When you know you have issues in your marriage, whether it's on your side or the other person's, and then you start looking elsewhere before you're even separated, that's hard. When a relationship crosses the line from just friends to something more, it doesn't just affect you. It affects the person on the other side, too. She didn't call her name directly, but the conversation and implication were clear. "We had someone who worked for us for years on the farm, and from my perspective, it became more than friendship. I believe that dynamic reached a point where it interfered with our marriage." Although Amy insists she isn't bitter about Matt moving on, she admitted how it still stings. According to her, it's not that she was upset he found happiness, but the most hurtful part was about how it started, how it unfolded, and how it ended. She also stated that watching their story play out on Little People, Big World added another layer of regret and pain. "The edited show might have made me seem angrier than I was. But yes, it was tough. Healing takes time, and I'm still working through parts of it." Her words bring about a combination of lingering sorrow and resilience in the midst of the sadness, serving as a reminder that even peaceful divorces leave scars. She has successfully embraced her new life with her second husband, Chris Marek, but this chapter of her past still carries weight. Her fans were all out for her, celebrating her vulnerability, with many of them who related to the complexity of moving on when trust is broken. Others noted how rare it is to hear such candid reflections from reality stars, who often keep their deepest struggles off camera. In her heartfelt Facebook Live conversation, she did not just share her pain, she offered her full perspective on what it means when love ends, even after decades of trying. "Our marriage just didn't work, and I'll always carry some sadness about that, because divorce isn't something you ever fully get over. It changes you." As she began to draw her opinion about family and motherhood, Amy revealed her deeply held belief about commitment in relationships. Relationships have seasons, just like parenting does. When you're a mom, you don't get to say, "This isn't working for me anymore, I'm checking out." There's no checkout time. But with marriage, too many people treat relationships as disposable. Some divorces absolutely need to happen, but just as many marriages could survive if people were willing to do the work. The bittersweet reflection suggested that Amy still had her own struggles with what might have been, even as she started finding love and happiness with her newly found love of her life. Her words strike a relatable chord about modern relationships, the tension between fighting for love and knowing when to let go. She also refused to pretend that divorce is just another chapter for her. Instead, she talked about its lasting impact. She deliberately ignored blanket statements, recognizing some separations are necessary, while others are brought out by the unwillingness to persevere. The mom of four continued to speak from experience about her weathering relationship seasons and lessons to learn from them. Her greatest followers and fans praised her balanced perspective, with many noting how rare it is to hear such mature reflections in today's throwaway culture. As one commenter wrote, "She's not bitter, just profoundly human." When a fan directly asked Amy whether she believed Matt was cheating on her, she paused thoughtfully before answering the question smartly. "You know, I can't really say that for sure. There were definitely complexities at play, more than just a simple friendship between a guy and a girl. But, you know, it happened. The divorce was painful, but despite that, she is committed to approaching the situation with respect, particularly for the sake of her family." She explained, "In the long run, it's really about my kids and grandkids. I think it's essential for us to remain respectful toward each other. I want my children to be happy with both of us, to feel comfortable visiting either home without any tension. That's my dream, honestly. It would be heartbreaking to think that they might not want to come to my house because of who I'm with now." Her focus on maintaining love, regardless, reflects her deep love for her family and her desire to create a positive environment for her children, even in the midst of the challenges of separation. She knew that navigating this new chapter will take a level of understanding and strength, and she was ready to put in the effort in order to be happy. When she responded directly to a concerned fan, she reassured them, stating the fact that she's not feeling sad about her situation after the breakup. In her words, "I'm not sure why you're sad for me. Sometimes people move on from divorce pretty easily, and I've definitely moved on. But I understand that divorce means losing something, expectations you had that just didn't pan out. So I'm not really sure why you feel that way, because I'm not sad for myself." Since she separated from Matt, Amy has embraced her single life, celebrated becoming a grandmother, and even found love again with her boyfriend, Chris Marek. While she may not have a clear picture of what the future holds, she's leaning on her faith to guide her through this new chapter. Sharing with a genuine smile, she said, "Life is moving forward. I have so many wonderful things happening, great relationships, supportive friends, and a loving community around me. Sure, life can feel a bit uncertain at times, but I trust it all to God. My faith helps me place everything in His hands, and I just hope to do my best to follow His path." Amy really found love again with Chris Marek, who didn't hesitate to propose on the 19th of September 2019 in a heartwarming full-circle moment. The couple chose a deeply symbolic location for their August 28, 2021 wedding, no other place than Roloff Farms, where a lot of Amy's story had unfolded. This new beginning brought about personal happiness and the continuation of her family's legacy. She had never confessed her feelings to him, even though he had done it countless times. She may have written it on a card or something else, but he understood everything she wanted to say. Although Amy couldn't point out the exact time she expressed her love for Chris, she explained that she made it a memorable occasion. Chris chimed in, confirming that she was the one who said it first, in a card. With a playful grin, he added that writing it down was easier for her, allowing her to gauge his reaction as he read the heartfelt message. The light-hearted banter between them spoke to the sweetness of their relationship and the ways they connect. When it was his turn to share about his wife, he said, "Amy's really great at giving cards. Honestly, I usually receive at least 3 cards for every occasion, no matter what it is. She always writes something really special and thoughtful inside each one." Amy went on to explain her desire to express her feelings for Chris in the most meaningful and romantic way. She reflected, "I knew that, with Chris never having been married or having kids, someone needed to say it first after we had been dating for a while. I'm a firm believer that the moment will never be perfect. You just have to choose the best one you have." Even though they had been dating since 2017 and living together, Corinne admitted she was so shocked when Matt proposed. "We took a moment afterward, just sitting together and chatting. I was so excited, I cried." Matt then said, "Don't you want to go out into the light and look at the ring?" But I was like, "No, I just want to sit here for a minute and soak in this moment." It felt so right, so natural, she recalled. It was as if it was always meant to be. She had a sad divorce, but the universe blessed her with someone who truly appreciated her and loved her. We're not there yet. The question is still left unanswered, and you're about to get this answer. Let's look at the exact thing that happened to the show owned by Matt and Amy. What really went down with Little People? Dedicated fans of Little People, Big World saw a lot of significant drama when Matt decided to put Roloff Farms on the general market instead of selling it to any of his 4 children. After Amy sold her share of the land to him following their divorce, he faced a really difficult choice with regards to the future of the beloved property. And this decision ignited so many discussions and emotions, especially in the family, as they explored the complexities of their relationships and the legacy of the farm. Amy and Matt raised their children on the farm and had always passionately talked about their hopes of passing it down to one of them. After their divorce in 2016, Amy made the decision to sell her share of the property to Matt in 2020 for $975,000. This sale automatically meant that she no longer had any say or any decision-making power regarding the future of the farm, leaving Matt to make decisions about its management and direction on his own. The change then brought a new layer of complexity to their family dynamics and the legacy of the land they had cherished together. As the whole drama kept unfolding, Zach and Jeremy had shown interest in taking over Roloff Farms, but fans got an inside look at Matt's negotiation process with Zach during the 22nd season of the TLC show in 2021. Their discussions focused on the challenges and emotions involved in the transition, revealing the complexities of family dynamics as they navigated the future of the farm. The mixture of hope and tension in those moments captured the viewer's attention, clarifying the fact that the legacy of the farm meant a lot to both sons. Matt shared during a confession, "When Zach and I finally sat down, we were really on very different pages about what kind of deal could be made." Zach came in really strong. He wasn't there to negotiate, he was there to demand. On the other hand, Zach expressed his frustrations with how Matt was approaching the negotiation process. "You're not dictating the terms here. You've had too much control for too long." This clash of perspectives just highlighted the tension between father and son, making it clear that their discussions were about more than just the farm, and they were about their relationship and futures as well. It is very vague regarding exactly when the negotiations fell apart, but rumors started circulating that Zach and Matt had a falling out after Zach and his wife, Tori Roloff, moved from Oregon to Battleground, Washington in October 2021. During an Instagram Stories Q&A, a fan asked Tori, what happened to Zach and Jeremy's desires to buy Roloff Farms? When she noted that their interest seemed to have disappeared, she clarified, "It definitely didn't. Some things just don't go according to plan." Her response hinted at the ongoing complexities of their situation, suggesting that the dream of owning the farm was still alive, even if the path forward was uncertain. It became very evident that both Zach and Jeremy would not be taking over Roloff Farms when Matt decided to list a portion of the family's land for $4 million. And this gave a signal for a significant shift in the family's dynamics and plans for the future, reinforcing the idea that the farm's legacy might take a different direction than originally hoped. This decision created many discussions among fans, the family's relationships, and the farm's future. Well, the cat's out of the bag. I want to make sure you all hear the big news directly from me, the Roloff patriarch announced on Instagram. All of Roloff Farms has brought me and our family immense joy for over 30 years. Today, we're putting 16 acres of the farm's 109 acres up for sale, including our original family home and the iconic bright red barn. It's a little scary, but mostly exciting. It's time to move toward the next season of life. This announcement marked a significant change for the Roloff family, signaling new beginnings while reflecting on cherished memories. After the property sat on the market for months without selling, Matt announced in October 2022 that it was no longer for sale. Instead, he revealed plans to convert it into a rental. According to him, he promised everyone a big announcement on Instagram. When I put the smaller section of the farm up for sale, I knew that large deals like this take a lot longer, usually 6 to 12 months, with no guarantees. What I didn't expect was the number of new business partners and networking connections I would make along the way. He added, several interested parties discussed various business ventures, including using the smaller farm and big house as a short-term rental. More details will be coming soon, but we're working hard behind the scenes, along with running the busy pumpkin patch, to get the home refurnished and ready for its first guests. This decision and announcement marked an exciting new chapter for the Roloff family and their beloved farm. Less than a year after transforming a portion of the farm into a rental property, Matt put it back on the market for a second time in August 2023, listing it for $3,395,000. Unfortunately, he faced continued challenges in selling the farm and decided to take it off the market again in December 2023. As details about Matt's current plans for the farm are scarce, he surprised fans during the season 25 premiere in February 2024 by revealing that he intends to leave the land to Amy after his death. This unexpected announcement added another layer of intrigue to their ongoing story and the future of Roloff Farms. In response to Matt's surprising decision, Amy responded that she didn't know how to comment on that, adding that the whole situation was really crazy. Matt explained that he chose to leave the farm to Amy because any other option felt too complicated. In April 2025, Matt relisted the farm for the third time, this time with a price tag of $2,895,000. The property is listed with the Tursek Real Estate Group, according to People. In his words, Roloff Farm and the original farmhouse has been a monumental part of my life for over 30 years. This legacy property has been shared with millions around the world through Little People, Big World. It holds some of the most magical memories and will forever live deep in my heart. He passionately expressed a strong desire for the entire farm to remain in the family, but he acknowledged that life happened, and it wasn't his fault that things turned out that way. This statement captured the bittersweet nature of their journey and the enduring significance of the farm in their lives. As he continued defending himself and supporting his decision, he said, "My kids each have their own wonderful lives, some with their own farms, projects, and individual dreams, which I honor and am so proud of." As he approached his 64th birthday, Matt reflected on how he's come to realize that less is truly more. These days, I find joy in life's simpler blessings, spending time with my precious grandchildren, focusing on an exciting new TV project, and soaking up the Arizona sunshine. With regards to the farm, Matt expressed, This property isn't just a home, it's a launch pad for big dreams. There's a kind of magic here. The moment you step onto the farm, your senses tingle, your imagination soars, and your heart feels at home. We know the next owner will cherish it as much as we did. What did you think about Amy? And what happened to Little People? Let us know in the comments below. Thanks for watching. To enjoy more exciting videos, click play on the video on your screen. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you get notified when a new video drops.